Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. Well, ladies and gentlemen, the cameras are rolling early here tonight on this episode of Monday Night Raw here in Universe Mode as we see one half of the Good Brothers, Carl Anderson, taking it to one half of the Raw Tag Team Champions, Montez Ford, backstage. Of course, as we know, last week here on Raw, the Good Brothers had the opportunity to become the Raw Tag Team Champions against the Street Profits in the main event. Of course, Angelo Dawkins and Montez Ford would win on that night in this ongoing rivalry that's been going on for about a month or two between the OC, the Street Profits, and Drew McIntyre. And right now, it seems like Carl Anderson, he's looking to deal with Montez Ford here once and for all. Oh, my God. Slaying him on the roof of that car, and oh my God. No, don't do this, Carl. Come on, think about this, Jesus Christ. Slamming the hood of that car, smashing Montez Ford's skull in. And as you see right here, we see the big LG taking care of the other half of the Street Profits, the other half of the Raw Tag Team Champions, Angelo Dawkins. Well, it's clear that the OC, they were not happy with the results that went down on last week's episode of Raw. And they are looking to get a little bit more revenge. What the hell is Luke Gallows doing up there? Luke Gallows looking to take a risk right now as Angelo Dawkins has no clue where he's at. Here comes Luke Gallows. Oh, my goodness. Well, it seems like Luke Gallows miscalculated what he was going to do there as Angelo Dawkins now trying to fight back right here. Oh, my God, but here comes Luke Gallows right back on the attack. Angelo Dawkins and Montez Ford getting ambushed as soon as they arrived to the arena, it seems. I don't know the situation going on with Montez Ford and Carl Anderson right now. I believe Carl Anderson had fled the scene, and I believe we were trying to get doctors to get to Montez Ford. But right now, it seems like Luke Gallows is looking to do a lot more damage to Angelo Dawkins. And now what the hell is Luke Gallows going to do here? He's got Angelo leaning on that table, and oh my God, the big LG looking to put the exclamation point here on this moment right here. Oh my God, through the table goes Angelo Dawkins, and right now the Street Profits have been taken out by the Good Brothers. What an explosive start to Monday Night Raw, and there's a lot more to come here tonight. But before we do that, let's take a look at some other results. We will see Kevin Owens in action here tonight. He will defeat R-Truth one-on-one. A good win there for Kevin Owens as he tries to get some momentum back. Butch and Ridge Holland of the Brawling Brutes, some newcomers here to Raw not too long ago. They will pick up a win over the Hurt Business in tag team action. Bianca Belair, she would defeat Carmella one-on-one. And then the United States champion Bobby Lashley, he will take on The Miz. And of course the champ gets the win. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I do now have some news on the Street Profits situation. As we just saw, they were ambushed by the Good Brothers backstage. Dawkins and Ford have been transported to a local medical facility, and we are still waiting on an update on their condition. And that's really all I have for now as we get ready for women's action right here. Well, ladies and gentlemen, as we try to refocus here, the Empress Asuka is getting ready for action, and she has been on a tear ever since coming back at Survivor Series. We're going back 2 weeks, back to the Raw Super Show, where she took on Bianca Belair one-on-one. Of course, Bianca wanted to get revenge for her good friend Liv Morgan, who was assaulted by Asuka after Team Liv could not get the job done in War Games. And as we see here, the patented Asuka lock would be locked in the middle of the ring after a grueling matchup. And Bianca Belair had no choice but to tap out. But it was what happened after the matchup that rubbed everybody the wrong way. Asuka has been showing a lot of aggression as of late. More aggression than we've seen in her for a while. And maybe it's just this new attitude of Asuka that we've seen over the last few weeks that we saw debut at Survivor Series. We don't know, but as you see her, Asuka will grab the steel chair and then start assaulting Bianca Belair again. Now, of course, nobody knows what's going on with Asuka. Frankly, I don't know if I want to know what's going on with Asuka right now. This is the most dangerous we've seen Asuka here in Universe Mode. And of course, we all know Asuka, a former Raw Women's Champion. You know she wants to get back to Becky Lynch and that championship. Of course, the man will be back tonight. She is scheduled for for later tonight. We're going to find out what's next for her. But right now, what's next for Asuka is this matchup against Nikki Cross. There's Nikki Cross trying to find her way back to a Raw Women's Championship opportunity, Trying to find her way back to a championship opportunity, of course. She had a chance to become the Raw Women's Champion not too long ago back at Hell in a Cell. Of course, she was unsuccessful at winning the championship that night. She had to face Becky Lynch, the champion. And of course, a surprise cash-in by Toni Storm, who we have not seen since that night. But right now, Nikki, she has to try to find a way to beat Asuka, and that is not easy. As right now, the Empress is in control, and she has Nikki right where she wants her. There's a big kick to the back there by Asuka. And of course, going back to Asuka and Survivor Series, of course, she was not too happy that her big return was spoiled by Team Liv Morgan as they were unsuccessful on that night. And then the night after Survivor Series, the Monday Night Raw after, Liv Morgan, she was scheduled for competition against Sonya Deville. But then, of course, the Empress Asuka would take it upon herself to take out Liv Morgan. We have not seen Liv Morgan for weeks. We don't know where her condition is. Nobody's heard from her. She's been inactive on social media, everything. Nobody's heard a peep from Liv Morgan. And of course, Bianca Belair, she took offense to that. She told Asuka she don't know what's going on with her, but if anybody's going to stop this reign of terror, it was going to be Bianca Belair. But unfortunately, the EST was unsuccessful as well. So the question is anybody going to be able to slow down Asuka? That is what Nikki Cross is attempting to do here tonight. Now Nikki has a hold of Asuka. What's she planning to do right here, right now? As right now, Nikki Cross doing anything she can to inflict damage on the Empress, trying to keep the Empress on her toes here. And right now, Nikki Cross raking at the face of Asuka, taking her down. A great offense being shown here by Nikki Cross, the crazy sister, the twisted sister, Nikki Cross, looking good right now in this matchup. Getting a lot more offense in than maybe a lot of people expected in this match. And right now, Nikki Cross, what she planning to do? Rebounding Asuka off the ropes, and a nice clothesline there by Nikki. And right now, Nikki has Asuka right where she wants her. You can see the deranged Nikki Cross starting to feel the momentum swinging in her favor. As Asuka, she's got to find a way to fight back into this matchup, or this reign of terror could be ending to somebody I don't think she expected it to end to. But we can't count out Nikki Cross. She is a very scrappy competitor. She's very well versed in her craft. She is very experienced. As Asuka sent to the outside. And Nikki Cross will follow. The WWE Universe on their feet right now for this women's matchup. And of course, later tonight, we still have the Fatal 4-Way #1 contenders match for the United States Championship. That will be up next after this match. And then in our main event, we will see the WWE Champion in action, Drew McIntyre. He'll be going one-on-one with one half of the Good Brothers, who we already saw make an impact earlier tonight, Carl Anderson. So a big night of action planned for us here tonight. We couldn't get to the rundown, of course, earlier because of the actions of the Good Brothers, but maybe, just maybe, the ally that the Street Profits have in Drew McIntyre, maybe Drew, can get a little bit of payback for his brothers in arms. Right now, it's about Asuka and Nikki Cross, as they are right now fighting on the outside of the ring here. Asuka now with the hold of Nikki. What she planning to do is Nikki able to fight out of this one. And now Nikki, she's going to get in the ring herself, as Asuka will follow suit on the other side of the ring. Of course, ladies and gentlemen, the Royal Rumble is coming up shortly here in Universe Mode, one of the biggest pay-per-views of the year. As wait a minute, we have a cover here. The referee couldn't get a position, though, as Nikki is able to get out of that before the ref can even start counting. But yes, ladies and gentlemen, the Royal Rumble will kick off the road to WrestleMania. As we already know, Drew McIntyre and AJ Styles for the WWE Championship is confirmed. We have the women's and men's Royal Rumble matchups. We already know that Seth freaking Rollins excuse me there, let's try to get this out here. Seth freaking Rollins has declared himself for the Royal Rumble. Of course, we do not know about any women's declarations yet. Maybe these two will be in the Royal Rumble. We don't know. A lot of things could happen in between the time we have now and the pay-per-view. Right now, Asuka takes down Nikki Cross off the snapmare. My goodness, a nice kick there. Downs Nikki Cross, and right now the Empress is looking good. And now Nikki, she's got to use the ropes to help herself up in the corner. That kick might have, took Nikki for a spin right there. Now what's going to happen here is Asuka goes under as Nikki Cross is rebounding off the ropes. Now going over as the Empress is now. Oh my goodness, a nice snapmare suplex. Into the cover now. She has the shoulders down. Kick out. Kick out by Nikki Cross. Asuka nearly stole the victory right there. Now Asuka, a big punch there to Nikki Cross, what she planning to do here. And oh my goodness, a kick to the back as Nikki was falling to the ground. But that's not going to slow down Nikki Cross too much. She's back into the matchup. Asuka now rebounds off the ropes. And now here comes Nikki with a big Luther Express, slamming the back of Asuka's head into the mat. Nice innovative offense by the Twisted Sister. Oh my God. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we saw in the replay of the Raw Super Show that big spin kick there by Asuka. It took out Bianca Belair to the point where Bianca had no clue where she was, and that was going to be the near end of the matchup. And maybe, just maybe, we're seeing that right here, right now again with Nikki Cross. Now the Empress talking a little bit of trash. She knows that this matchup could be ending near after that big spinning kick. It's Nikki. She's got to try to find a way back into this matchup, or this is going to be all over. What's Asuka looking to do? Asuka emoting right now, doing whatever she can, having all the types of fun. As there's a kick to the gut now. Now here comes Asuka with the hip attack. And just like that, that could be all she wrote. And it is. The Empress is victorious here tonight. Well, ladies and gentlemen, there's just one question we continue to ask. Who is ready for Asuka? Because nobody's been ready for the Empress ever since she came back. As Asuka will celebrate a well-earned victory, a job well done for the Empress here tonight. Wait a minute! It's the EST Bianca Belair! With that kendo stick taking down Asuka. It's clear that things are not finished between the Empress and Bianca here tonight. It is time for the Fatal 4-Way match to determine the #1 contender for Bobby Lashley's United States Championship. And here comes a man that has been demanding respect ever since day one here in Universe Mode.
The following contest is a Fatal 4-Way match. Making his way to the ring from New York City, weighing in at 249 pounds, Damian Priest.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, this man here, Damian Priest, one of the most hated WWE superstars today, as you can listen to the WWE Universe live here tonight voice their disapproval of the Archer of Infamy, but he doesn't give a damn. All Damian Priest cares about is himself, money, and championships. In fact, he cares about himself so much, that's what made him dispose of his former tag team partner Finn Balor a couple of weeks ago after Survivor Series. Of course, Damian Priest would defeat Finn Balor at Survivor Series, and then he would go on to destroy Finn Balor in a rematch after Survivor Series on the Raw after. And of course, we all know of the recent issues that Damian Priest has had with Randy Orton. But tonight, Damian Priest looks to focus. Of course, Randy Orton is in this matchup here tonight, but there are also two other competitors that Priest must worry about. And ladies and gentlemen, it is once again Fight Night!
Dublin, Ireland, weighing in at 267 pounds, the Celtic Warrior, Sheamus!
Let me drop a little bit of history on you all here tonight, right here, right now. Back in WWE 2K24, where these universe modes started, Sheamus was in a triple threat match to determine the inaugural United States champion here in universe mode on the Raw before the Money in the Bank pay-per-view. That match consisted of him, Damian Priest, and The Miz. Sheamus was unsuccessful on that night, but after seeing his Brawling Brute buddies picked up a tag team win earlier tonight, you gotta think the Celtic Warrior is fired up. Well, here comes a man that Damian Priest has certainly had his eyes on heading into this big fatal four-way.
And from St. Louis, Missouri, weighing in at 275 pounds, Randy Orton!
Well, ladies and gentlemen, we touched on the recent amount of issues with Damian Priest and Randy Orton not too long ago while Damian Priest was making his way to the ring. Basically, the whole crux of this is that Damian Priest, he's looking to do something big. He's looking to make a name for himself here in WWE. And granted, he is on that path to doing that, but he wants to take out the legend killer. He wants to take out the former world champion. He wants to take out a bona fide Hall of Famer in Randy Orton, saying that he wants to put Randy Orton out of his misery. Randy's had a great career, but he's been losing his touch ever since Riddle was taken out, and we have not seen Riddle since these two have lost the Raw Tag Team Championships. Randy Orton has been in singles competition as of late, and as we saw back at Survivor Series, Randy Orton unsuccessful at dethroning Drew McIntyre for the WWE Championship. Damian Priest believes the Viper has lost his venom, and he wants to take out the Viper. He wants to defang the Viper once and for all. And of course, as we know, Randy Orton, he is going to take offense to that. Anybody that tries to take away wrestling from him, anything that tries to take away his livelihood from him, you know that is automatically a prime enemy. And that is what Randy Orton has in Damian Priest. As I'm surprised these two haven't started going at it early right here, right now. But it probably won't take them long to lock eyes and to start going back and forth. Well, here's a man that has been scratching and clawing and begging for opportunities as of late. And tonight, he finally has the biggest opportunity of his career here in Universe Mode. Dijak is looking to become the #1 contender for the United States Championship here tonight.
And from Worcester, Massachusetts, weighing in at 270 pounds,
Dijak has the opportunity to get the biggest win of his career here tonight on Monday Night Raw, and he's going to have to go through 3 of the best to do it. Of course, Dijak hasn't had many chances here on Monday Night Raw. As we said, he's been scratching and clawing and almost begging to receive this opportunity. But here he is tonight. He has the chance to solidify his name here on Monday Night Raw, to stamp his name here on Monday Night Raw, to become one of those big names that WWE can rely on here on the flagship show. So here we go, ladies and gentlemen. The Fatal 4-Way matchup is set to begin here tonight. As we have Damian Priest, we have Sheamus, we have Randy Orton, and then, of course, we have Dijak. Who is going to become the #1 contender for the United States Championship? The bell has rung, and here we go. The matchup is underway. And right now, as you see, we said it earlier, Randy Orton and Damian Priest, it was not going to take long for those two to be going at each other right here tonight in the Fatal 4-Way matchup. And there's going to be a lot of chaos that we're going to have to follow in this matchup, so it's going to be a little bit tough, but we will try our best here on commentary to follow all the action. And look at this, a nice maneuver here by Dijak, but Sheamus able to fight out of this one, and Damian Priest would have broke it up anyway. Now Damian Priest immediately going under the ring like this is a no disqualification matchup, so weapons are legal to help anybody get the advantage. And now Randy sends Sheamus into the corner. There's a nice clothesline there. And now Randy Orton. Oh, an angle slam, an Olympic slam there by the Viper onto his arch nemesis, Damian Priest. And now what's going to happen here? And Randy Orton has Dijak leaning on the ropes. Oh, Randy sent over the top rope. Randy out of the equation right now. But here comes the Celtic Warrior, Sheamus, looking to get some of the Viper. Of course, these two had a storied rivalry not too long ago. These two are no strangers to each other. Now Damian Priest having to use the ropes to help himself up as Dijak right now is all over Damian Priest. There's a nice maneuver there into the corner. Now Damian Priest trying to fight back here. What's he looking to do? Some kicks here by Damian Priest, doing whatever he can. And now Damian now onto the leg of Dijak. Excuse me, on the leg drop onto the arm of Dijak. There's now every man on the outside. Now Randy Orton, he saw Damian Priest grab that bat. He's telling Damian Priest to bring it, and Damian Priest for sure did. Take it out, Randy Orton right there. There's Dijak and Damian Priest trying to throw their weapons at each other. Clearly that didn't work. Sheamus is sent into the steel steps. Like we said, a lot of chaos going down early on in this matchup, and it's going to be hard to follow. And now Damian with a nice clothesline takes down Dijak as the WWE Universe is on their feet. As now, as you see here, Randy Orton and Damian Priest have made their way up to the rim. This is what we were talking about. These two were going to blow a gasket as soon as they saw each other. These two have been going back and forth for the last part of a month. And now, as you see, they are fighting up on the ramp. Meanwhile, Sheamus and Dijak are fighting in the ring right now. And now Randy Orton, there's a nice drop kick there, taking down Damian Priest as these two are going back and forth. So wait a minute, where the hell is Randy Orton going? Well, that's not to the ring. And right now, I don't think they give a damn about the United States Championship. They just want to kill each other right here, right now, here tonight. Somebody's going to cost the other a United States Championship opportunity. Well, hell, they both might cost each other this opportunity with the way they're fighting up on the stage. And I want to say I apologize for the alternating Raw arenas here tonight. I did not realize it in my recordings earlier. I will make sure this gets fixed before the episode of SmackDown and the next episode of Raw. So don't you worry, ladies and gentlemen, this will not happen again. All right, now Randy Orton and Damian Priest going at it. My goodness, that big DDT on the steel on the top of the stage. And right now, like we said, back to the ring, Damian and Randy, they've flown backstage with that brawl. I don't think they're going to be coming back, ladies and gentlemen. So I guess right now this is a glorified one-on-one matchup between Dijak and Sheamus. The winner will become the #1 contender for Bobby Lashley's United States Championship. Well, things just got a lot better for Dijak. I mean, as we said, this is really his first opportunity at something big here in Universe Mode. And now he has a one-on-one matchup where now it's only a 50-50 chance of him either winning or losing instead of the 25% chance when Randy and Damian Priest were still out here. Well, hopefully we can get a camera of some sorts at some point backstage so we can know what the hell is going on with Damian and Randy. Like we said, this is still a no disqualification matchup since this is technically still the Fatal 4-Way match. So the weapons are still legal for Sheamus and Dijak to use. Dijak now falling into the cover on Sheamus. There's a kick out. Yes, I want to reiterate once again, ladies and gentlemen, I apologize for the alternating Raw arenas in this episode. I did not realize that when I was going through my recording and I was getting everything I needed for this episode. I apologize. I will make sure to fix this in the future, and this will not happen again here in Universe Mode. Let's get back to the action now as Sheamus is trying to fight off Dijak right here, right now. Sheamus sending her to the corner. And now right, oh my goodness, Sheamus with that trash can. Now into the cover goes Sheamus. Dijak, he's in trouble. Can he get out of this one? There's a kick out. But Sheamus has got him right where he wants him. Dijak is down. Sheamus is in control. The veteran, the former world champion. And now Sheamus is on the top rope. What's he looking to do here? Oh, there's a flying shoulder tackle. Great job there by Sheamus And the Celtic Warrior right now on Fight Night is looking pretty good. Sheamus, what's he planning to do here? Dijak has Sheamus right where he wants him again. Now Dijak hanging Sheamus off the top rope is, oh my goodness, a clubbing blow to the back. And Sheamus, just like that, has all the momentum taken away from him in this matchup. And Dijak is feeling it. He's feeling it here tonight, ladies and gentlemen. There's, oh my goodness, a nice clothesline there by Dijak now. And I gotta say, Dijak, he's looked very impressive. He is taking the most of this opportunity here tonight, especially with Randy Orton and Damian Priest taking themselves out of the equation. As I'm getting an update here, apparently they are still brawling backstage. We're trying to get a cameraman back there, trying to find their exact location. As now Sheamus with a big strike there to Dijak. What's he looking to do? Now Dijak off the ropes, and oh my goodness, an Irish curse backbreaker there. Total War backbreaker there, exactly by Sheamus. And now he's using that kendo stick to his own advantage, is the Celtic Warrior. Trying to take out Dijak by any means necessary here is Sheamus. But Dijak right back into the swing of things. Oh my goodness, a suplex throw there. Now what's going to happen here? Dijak has a hold of Sheamus, and once again another suplex, though that time a real far one. Just chucking Sheamus like he was nothing. And now Dijak using the ropes to pick himself up. What Sheamus looking to do here? Nice punch there by Sheamus. Has Dijak reeling, and oh boy, the 10 beats of the veteran is happening right here, right now. Oh my goodness, you can just hear these strikes, and Dijak, I don't think he's ever felt pain like this as he crumples to the floor. And now Sheamus is going to go get some of Dijak. So wait a minute, well finally, we found where Damian Priest and Randy Orton were. They're on the second level backstage. What the hell are they doing up there? You mean to tell me the fight has been going this long? Well, like we said, ladies and gentlemen, they have a lot of issues, and it seems like they're going to take out their frustrations on each other right here, right now. And there's a big RKO by the Viper. Damian Priest is down. Randy Orton is starting to listen to the voices in his head. Well, what's going to happen here? Randy Orton's going to pick up Dijak. What's he looking to do now? Dijak's in deep trouble. Randy Orton, I don't know what he's thinking right here, right now, but Dijak, he's got to find a way. Not Dijak, excuse me, my goodness. Damian and Dijak, both of them start with D, but Damian is the one fighting Randy Orton backstage. Oh my goodness. Into that railing there goes Randy Orton, and Randy might be a little bit shook. And now once again, and oh wait a minute, the railing just fell off, ladies and gentlemen. And now what's Damian Priest looking to do? He's calling for the end of Randy Orton here, it seems. Oh my God, no, don't throw him off of there. Oh my God! What the? Ladies and gentlemen, Randy Orton just crashed and fell into that light. Oh my goodness. We've got to get some help back there. Randy Orton, he could be finished. He could be finished just like Damian. We made his mission to do it, defang the Viper, put him out of his misery. That probably just happened. Well, we're back to the action here in the ring, and clearly Randy Orton, he's not going to be coming back to this matchup. I don't think Damian Priest cares enough to come back to this matchup. Damian Priest did what he set out to do here tonight, but ladies and gentlemen, Randy Orton, we've got to get some help back here. First, the Street Profits here tonight. Now Randy Orton. What the hell is going on this episode of Raw? Well, right now, Dijak in control of Sheamus as he is trying to become the #1 contender for the United States Championship. You know that Bobby Lashley is watching this matchup closely. As, oh, wait a minute. Here comes Dijak now, looking for Feast Your Eyes. Is Sheamus out cold? We've got to cover. There's the 2 count, and Sheamus able to get the shoulder up. Oh, my goodness. Oh, he just broke that kendo stick now over the skull of Sheamus. And right now, Dijak is feeling it. He is in control of his own destiny here tonight. Dijak now stopping a mud hole into Sheamus. Oh, there's a big boot as Sheamus tried to get back into the fight, but Dijak just would not let him. But Sheamus, though, he's starting to fight back. He's probably starting to feel the momentum once again. He's trying to use the luck that the Brawling Brutes gave him with that big tag team victory earlier tonight. Sheamus is in trouble now. Dijak sends him to the corner. There's a big chop there. Sheamus, he crumbles down to the mat. Dijak now looking to secure the opportunity of a lifetime. Dijak going under the ring. What's he planning to grab? He's got a damn sledgehammer. What is Dijak planning to do with that sledgehammer? Looking to take out Sheamus, but Sheamus able to move out of the way, and oh my goodness, there's a running STO. And now Sheamus picks up Dijak and throws him on top of the ladder. Are you kidding me? That's gotta hurt the agony running through the lower back of Dijak. And now Sheamus has a hold of Dijak and now running to the other turnbuckle, slamming the back of him into there. And now back to the other corner. Sheamus right now in control. As, oh, there's a nice slam right there by Sheamus. Cover here as Dijak, his foot is under the rope. But remember, ladies and gentlemen, this is a no disqualification matchup, so that's not going to matter in this situation. You're going to have to kick out. And now Sheamus, oh, look at the power of Sheamus. Look at the power of the Irishman. There's a running power slam there. And now Sheamus, oh, he's got a hold of that sledgehammer. And now he's probably looking to bludgeon Dijak right here, right now. Oh, my goodness. Sheamus going to town now with this sledgehammer. Dijak not able to defend himself. The referee might have to stop this matchup. Dijak hasn't moved as Sheamus is continuing the assault with this sledgehammer. Oh my goodness, ladies and gentlemen, this is getting hard to watch. I mean, this could be the end of the matchup right here. Sheamus is just bludgeoning Dijak with this sledgehammer. We all know the history between Sheamus and Triple H, but this is just... Dijak hasn't defended himself from the sledgehammer shots. Here's the cover now by Sheamus. And yeah, ladies and gentlemen, that is it. The Celtic Warrior is the #1 contender for the United States Championship. I mean, that was brutal to watch. But it doesn't matter to Sheamus. He will do what he has to do, and he did just that. Sheamus will be meeting Bobby Lashley for the United States Championship at some point. Oh, wait a minute. Well, there is the man in question. The Almighty is here. As we know, he defeated The Miz earlier tonight, and now he is taking a look at his next challenger for that prestigious United States Championship. Sheamus is ready to fight Bobby Lashley. He's probably ready to fight Lashley right here, right now. Well, we know that in the future, these two behemoths will lock up for the United States Championship gold. This will be a good one. Well, ladies and gentlemen, it is time to hear from our Raw Women's Champion as the man, Becky Lynch, has come back around. And especially after she retained the championship on the Raw Super Show in that big fatal 4-way matchup, you know that Becky Lynch has got to be on cloud 9. You know that the man has got to be feeling even more confident than she already was, and that's saying a lot. Of course, Becky Lynch led her War Games team to victory at Survivor Series, but then she would have to defend the championship against that same team in a fatal 4-way matchup. But at the end of the day, the man walked out with the championship just like she has over and over again for the last couple of months. And now we are going to hear what is on the mind of Becky Lynch right here, right now. What does the champ have to say after her big victory at the Raw Super Show? She says the man has come around, and of course she is still the Raw Women's Champion, but nobody should be surprised. And at the end of the day, at that fatal 4-way matchup, she did what she always does, and that is win. And that is exactly what she did, ladies and gentlemen. She did it very convincingly as well. So Sonya, Natty, and Shayna all tried to pull a fast one on Becky, as she says, telling the people that they promised They were promised a championship match by the champ, but there's no proof of it. And she says the only thing that she promised was to pull them out of obscurity, and that's exactly what she did, saying that they've never been more relevant. And they said they will never admit it, but those lassies needed Becky Lynch. The entire company needs Becky Lynch, or else we would be drowning right here, right now. Well, I don't know about that one. But she's going to change the chopping now, and Becky wants to talk about the Royal Rumble. We've mentioned it a couple of times here tonight. Of course, Becky Lynch, a former Royal Rumble winner, and she says this year she wants to defend the championship against somebody that she hasn't beaten already, somebody that she hasn't put into the dirt time and time again. Well, I don't know. Becky's beaten a lot of opponents, so that's going to be hard to decide who that's going to be. Oh, wait a minute. Well, here's Sonya Deville, ladies and gentlemen. Of course, Sonya was a part of that War Games team and was a part of the Fatal 4-Way matchup. And she's saying Becky has to be the most delusional person she's ever met, and saying there's a lot of details that Becky left in between about what she was talking about. It seems like Sonya Deville wants to spill the tea tonight, ladies and gentlemen. She says a lot of people don't know, but Becky was practically begging them to join Versus with her, saying that Becky had no friends and she can see why. Saying she had to persuade Natty to team up on that ambush and Liv and Bianca. We all remember that one. That was the start of this whole ordeal. So she was able to get Natty by her side, but the Raw 2 weeks before Survivor Series, she did have a meeting backstage, and you remember seeing that. We didn't see who it was, and she talked to a couple of people before that tag team matchup she had with Natty against Liv and Bianca. And Sonya, assuming people in the building are smart. Well, come on now, Sonya, don't do all this now. Of course, Becky and Natty were able to get the win, but it was then that Sonya and Shayna came out and cleaned up their dirty work, if you remember that. All that goes down, and Becky, she made the challenge for the Survivor Series matchup in War Games, and of course they all agreed to it, but Becky tried to go back to what they promised them. And she knows, and Sonya reading Becky like a book. I mean, you could see Becky's face saying, if Becky didn't promise what they did, then nobody would have helped her. They eventually did get their title match. They were all unsuccessful, as Sonya says. But she says this isn't over. And she also says somebody else has unfinished business with Becky. Somebody she knows very well. What is she talking about here? There's Becky Lynch. She's looking a little perplexed as well. Oh, wait a minute! From behind, it's Shayna Baszler! Shayna Baszler, the Queen of Spades, now has the Kirifuda clutch locked in. And Becky Lynch, she's got nowhere to go. The champ's in trouble. Shayna Baszler looking to make the champion pass out right here, right now. Well, ladies and gentlemen, Sonya Deville and Shayna Baszler have had some sort of partnership going on for a while now. Like we heard earlier, these two were the people that Becky Lynch talked to before that tag team matchup with Natty against Liv and Bianca. And now it seems like Shayna Baszler and Sonya Deville, they are clearly not done with Becky Lynch. And right now the champ has been laid out by the Queen of Spades as Sonya Deville and Shayna get the hell out of here. And Becky Lynch, she is left lying out cold in the middle of the ring. Well, next week, here on Monday Night Raw, ladies and gentlemen, the phenomenal AJ Styles is back in action as the #1 contender for the WWE Championship. Will go one-on-one with the Hurt Business's Cedric Alexander. AJ Styles looking to grab a little bit of momentum heading into the big event. And then, of course, next week, as we know, Sheamus will be facing Bobby Lashley for the United States Championship at some point. And next week, Bobby Lashley has a date with Sheamus' brawling brute buddy Butch. It is going to be Butch versus the United States champion Bobby Lashley, as Lashley looks to learn a little bit about the brawling brutes next week. A big time show for us on Monday Night Raw next week, but it is time for the main event of the evening, as we await the arrival of the Good Brothers, who have already made an impact here tonight, as they look to make another impact as Carl Anderson is in singles action, and he has a big time matchup against the WWE champion in a few short moments.
is scheduled for one fall, making his way to the ring, accompanied by Luke Gallows, representing the OC by way of Tokyo, Japan, weighing in at 213 pounds, Carl Anderson!
Well, I gotta say, ladies and gentlemen, Anderson and Gallows look pretty proud of themselves sending the Street Profits to the damn hospital after that heinous assault earlier tonight, all because these two couldn't get the job done in the Raw Tag Team title match last week. It's sickening, and I hope they get what's coming to them right here, right now, as Carl Anderson is going one-on-one here in the main event against a pissed-off WWE Champion. Of course, last week, the phenomenal one, AJ Styles, questioned the mindset of Drew McIntyre, saying that Drew McIntyre doesn't have it in him to rip him apart, that Drew McIntyre has started to lose his edge ever since AJ Styles has entered the championship picture. And clearly the champ has had time to think about it, and I gotta say, something seems off.
And his opponent from Ayr, Scotland, weighing in at 254 pounds, the WWE Champion, the Scottish Warrior, Drew McIntyre!
Ladies and gentlemen, what I mean by off is that a switch has been flipped clearly in the WWE Champion ever since Raw went off the air last week. Because clearly Drew has had a lot of time to think about what AJ Styles said, and we saw what Drew said earlier tonight. The tone of his voice was clearly different. As you see, the look on his face, the intensity, the tension in the building as Drew McIntyre entered. Something has clearly changed within the WWE Champion. Something has been unlocked within the depths of Drew McIntyre that I believe we have not seen yet here in Universe Mode. Something that the WWE Universe has not seen in Drew McIntyre in a very, very long time. And I gotta say, if what Drew said earlier comes to fruition, maybe it's going to be Carl Anderson that's going to be sent to the hospital along with the Street Profits. They might even go to the same hospital. They might be in the same room at this rate. Drew McIntyre is ready for war. He's ready for war tonight, and he is definitely ready for war come Royal Rumble when he has to defend the gold against the phenomenal one, AJ Styles. Of course, AJ Styles not here tonight, but he will be back next week. Like we said, he is in one-on-one action taking on Cedric Alexander. But for right now, we have the main event on taps as it's Drew McIntyre and Carl Anderson. Oh my goodness! And what a start for the WWE Champion. And as you can see here, Drew McIntyre clearly is not happy. A lot more aggression in these attacks from the champ here tonight. And now what's Drew looking to do here already? Big three! A big three of maneuvers to kick off this matchup. And Carl Anderson, he's got to be a little bit stunned. I don't think he expected Drew McIntyre to start off this quickly. He's got a sleeper hold locked in here, but of course Drew right there near the ropes. Right now, Carl Anderson looking to take down Drew McIntyre by any means necessary, looking to weaken down AJ Styles. I don't really think AJ Styles cares if Carl Anderson gets the win here tonight. Of course, that would be a bonus, but he wants Drew McIntyre weakened down by any means necessary. He wants Drew McIntyre in a good spot for him so he can just take the WWE Championship easily come Royal Rumble. Off that German suplex, Drew falls into the cover on Carl Anderson. We got a kick out at 2. And right now, Drew McIntyre, as you can see here, every movement he makes has a little bit more aggression within it. As now, wait a minute, Carl Anderson able to catch the champion and that big neck breaker on the ropes, and that might give Carl Anderson just the momentum he needs in this matchup. As there's a nice suplex there. Of course, you got to remember the big LG, Luke Gallows, is at ringside for the machine gun. So obviously, Drew McIntyre already outnumbered. As now, oh, there's a nice kick there by Carl Anderson, stopping Drew McIntyre in his tracks as Drew was probably looking for a clothesline of some sort. As now these two starting to go back and forth here with the strikes already. Early on this matchup, there's a nice chop there as these two going back and forth in this matchup. Who is going to get the upper hand out of this predicament right here? Now Carl Anderson, nice strike here as both men reversing each other with any type of strikes they can. Who is going to get the upper hand out of this situation here? Oh, there's a nice drop kick to the leg by Carl Anderson. And just like that, the machine gun is back in control, and he might have just busted Drew open with that knee strike. Carl Anderson is feeling it, trying to get approval from the WWE Universe, but clearly that's not going to happen here tonight. And now there's a nice neck breaker there by Carl Anderson. Representing the OC well right now, has Drew in the predicament, and there's a kick out. Obviously, it's going to take a lot to take down the WWE Champion here tonight as Drew sent into the feet of Luke Gallows. And now this is not where Drew McIntyre wants to be. So wait a minute, and look at Luke Gallows. He's not supposed to be putting his hands on Drew McIntyre at any way. But clearly, the referee being a little bit lenient. And now look at Luke Gallows taking off the turnbuckle padding. Well, clearly the referee is kind of blind right now, ladies and gentlemen, because there's no way he didn't see Luke Gallows put his hands on Drew McIntyre. And then there's no way he didn't see Luke Gallows take off that turnbuckle padding. Unbelievable. Drew McIntyre, though, back into the swing of things here in this matchup. Well, never mind. There's a good reversal there by Carl Anderson. Short-lived. No, wait a minute. Drew has a hold of Carl Anderson. Oh, my goodness, a nice maneuver there. And right now, the WWE Champion won that championship from Samoa Joe, and he has been a great champion ever since. Of course, only a handful of defenses here. So wait a minute, these two going back and forth once again here in the middle of the ring. Trying to take anything out of each other that they can. The referee looking to fix the turnbuckle padding right now. Drew McIntyre not looking too good. Carl Anderson getting the best of Drew right now. Big punch there by Drew McIntyre. Big punch there by Carl Anderson. Another punch there by Drew. Both of these men going back and forth. There's Drew with the reversal, and yet again, Carl Anderson goes to the leg, and that's a smart strategy there by Carl Anderson. Take down the bigger man. We all know the experience that Carl Anderson has. Oh, wait a minute. What's Carl looking to do here? There's a nice kick to the face of Drew McIntyre. The champion is out cold. Carl Anderson crawls over to the pin. This could do it for the victory. No. Drew thrusts the shoulder up. But as you can see, both men have a lot taken out of each other. And now Carl Anderson possibly looking to put the finishing touches here on this matchup. Here we go, taking down the champion. Drew is down. Carl Anderson once again crawling over to the cover, laying an arm on the champion, and it's still not enough. Drew McIntyre is still in this thing, but how much is left in the champion? And now Drew, tried to go for that elbow strike, but Carl Anderson able to get out of the way with the cutter in response. And Drew McIntyre got the shoulder up again. Ladies and gentlemen, Carl Anderson has had the perfect game plan in this matchup here tonight, and the WWE Champion is clearly on the defense now. He's got to find a way back in this matchup if he's going to win. I don't know. Right now, ladies and gentlemen, maybe AJ Styles seems like he was right about Drew McIntyre. Does Drew McIntyre have that edge still in him? Does Drew McIntyre have what it takes to rip an opponent apart? Drew McIntyre, he's got to prove that right here, right now. There's a nice spine buster. Spine on the pond right there. That's a great start for the champion. Drew McIntyre now trying to fight his way back into this matchup as Carl Anderson has to roll over to the corner. Well, he's not to the corners. Oh my goodness, there goes Drew over the top rope. Drew back up to a knee here. And now Carl Anderson, he's going to go to the outside, but maybe that was a bad idea as Drew was lying in wait for Carl Anderson. Luke Gallows now stepping back. All he can do is watch unless he wants Carl Anderson to get disqualified. He goes, oh, look at that. Luke Gallows tried to get in the way of Drew McIntyre, but clearly Drew McIntyre not having any of it, just brushed right by Luke Gallows, and he's continuing the assault. Maybe we're starting to see a little bit more aggression out of Drew McIntyre in the late stages of this contest. What's going to happen now? Drew McIntyre tried to send Carl Anderson into the steel steps. That wasn't going to work. Drew's back in the ring. So is Carl Anderson. And no, knee to the gut there by Drew McIntyre, reversing Carl Anderson. And now here's Drew. What's he looking to do? He's got Anderson up. Oh my goodness, into a driver. Now into the cover here is the WWE Champion. Will this be the end? And kick out by Carl Anderson. I thought he had him. Drew McIntyre's got to do a lot more if he's going to win this matchup right here, right now. And now Drew looking for the deadlift power bomb, and he got him. He got Carl Anderson with the deadlift power bomb, and Drew McIntyre is feeling it. What's Drew McIntyre looking to do now? Has a hold of Carl Anderson. Is he possibly looking for a big suplex here? Nope. Once again with another driver. Taking down Carl Anderson, the WWE Champion. He's got the fans riled up in this main event matchup. Now Drew takes up Carl Anderson once again and now chucks him away like the waste of space that he is. Oh, wait a minute. Drew McIntyre, he's calling for the end. Right here, right now, there's a Claymore kick. And that is all she wrote here tonight. The WWE Champion is victorious. Drew McIntyre has shown everybody that the aggression is still there. That Claymore kick was hit with emphatic force, and that probably knocked Carl Anderson out of his boots. One Claymore kick, one and done for the champ. Drew McIntyre has won here tonight. Oh, wait a minute! Well, clearly, Drew is not done. He is not done here tonight, as he is now taken out Luke Gallows. You question Drew McIntyre's aggression. You question if Drew McIntyre still had that edge to do whatever he could to rip somebody apart. Well, it clearly shows that Drew's doing whatever he can right here, right now, as Luke Gallows is not looking too good for him with a Claymore kick of his own. Drew McIntyre right now raising all hell here tonight on Monday Night Raw, taking out the Good Brothers, and maybe, just maybe, I don't know if this is for Drew himself to send a message to AJ Styles, or if this is for the Street Profits for what happened to them earlier tonight. As now, oh boy, Drew McIntyre looking to take apart that announce table. It's not looking good for Luke Gallows right here, right now. Drew has Gallows laid out on the announce table. Drew McIntyre, he's going to get on top of there himself. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, boy! White noise through the table. Now Drew McIntyre talking a little trash to Luke Gallows. Luke Gallows is out. Drew McIntyre is standing tall. As, oh, wait a minute, Drew's not done either, ladies and gentlemen. He's got a hold of Carl Anderson. Once again, the referee can't do anything about it, or else he might get hit with a Claymore kick of his own. And now, oh my goodness, Drew McIntyre taking out Carl Anderson. All of this frustration, all of the anger flowing out of the Scottish Warrior here tonight with the Claymore kick. Drew McIntyre, ladies and gentlemen, the WWE Champion, has lost it. As, oh boy, he's not done. A second one after the matchup, the third overall for Carl Anderson. Well, AJ Styles, I know you're watching somewhere. You questioned the edge of Drew McIntyre. You questioned if Drew McIntyre had it in him to beat the hell out of this opponent. Well, you just saw it. And I know AJ Styles, I don't know if he is, but he has to be regretting ever questioning the WWE Champion, because now he's got a fire-breathing son of a bitch waiting for him at the Royal Rumble. Drew McIntyre AJ Styles for the WWE Championship. Drew McIntyre's pissed off, and AJ, he's going to have to deal with the consequences. That's all the time we have for this episode of Universe Mode. I hope you guys enjoyed it. We'll see you next time. Take care and have a great night.